could have known one beyond my wildest dreams. Maybe that road could have carried me to streets of gold. Things aren't always as they seem. Looking back on all the chances that I missed, some I held, some slipped away. One street over where my memories exist, I wondered what would change, I really couldn't say. In this life there's nothing certain, except the curtain that rises to the stage. Silly games of second guessing, I just forget the lessons that I couldn't learn. Because one street over there's a life I could have known that would have kept me from the one I had today.
Oh, we're going to get right to it. This is 1100 WSGI. I'm U-Turn LaVern. Let me say that again because I'm sure the music drowned me out. This is 1100 WSGI. I'm U-Turn LaVern, and this is One Street Over. What's going on one street over from where you live, and y'all? That's what we want to find out. And one street over from up in Sumner County, we got folks from Station Camp. So they're not right there next door to us. And these guys are in school this week. So as soon as I walked in, I was like, y'all know Robertson County's on fall break. That's why you didn't see, you'd have to deal with the buses today. But we have the DECA Club in with ElevatEd, and I'm so impressed with what these kiddos do because they just put together these amazing programs to educate and to enrich and to do all the things, and then you win big when you go. I mean, you've done so well. And when your sweet teacher messages me, Miss Gatlin, I'm like, well, of course y'all can come in. And this gives y'all a chance to just kind of have a feature that you can take and show your club and be part of your presentation, right?
Yes.
And we're so glad to help you. So introduce everybody. You've been here before, so y'all come on. Y'all introduce everybody.
So I'm Cole Elizondo.
I'm Emery Lassiter.
And I'm Sarah Lemon.
Okay, so tell me everybody's role in all of this. Who's doing what?
So I'm the head of communications for the project, and I'm basically like keeping relations with all of our project partners and just like kind of organizing everything beforehand and like our events.
Okay.
I'm part of like the social media. I'm part of the social media chair, so I post for Instagram, TikTok, and we put stuff out on Twitter sometimes, and we'll be making YouTube videos.
Okay.
And then I'm head of operations, so I kind of work along with Cole and Emery. So I help Emery kind of write our paper that goes along with this project, and I help Cole like planning our events, reaching out to teachers, finding new opportunities for us to do.
Okay, so I always love to hear all the details of the program that you're working on, and I love the name ElevatEd. It's one of y'all have to remind me of everything when you come in, but y'all are so creative in the way you do things. So what is this? How does this program work? And unpack it for us.
So we are a career development initiative. So basically our goal is to educate students of all ages from K through 12 on career skills and like the different pathways that they can take after high school, and just making sure that they're getting the career education that they should be getting.
Career ready.
Yeah.
Yeah, career ready, and it's something. It's a big initiative across the state to be career ready, and when you're coming out of school, and I mean, it's just vital because so many people have kiddos coming in to work right after school, and the work skills are just not there. So this is what it's just so commendable what you're doing. So what kind of skills? I mean, how's it structured? Because you always have a good structure for whatever you do. So how is all this working? What, like, do we have websites? Do we have materials? What are we pushing out?
So basically, we kind of broke it down into each age range. So we are working with elementary, middle, and high schoolers to kind of like prepare them to go into college to then know what they're going to do or like follow whatever path they want. So what we're kind of doing is more like hands-on activities. So we're visiting elementary schools. We're kind of like playing, like one thing that we're doing right now is Play-Doh product pitches, where basically we're going into some of like the older elementary classes and like giving them Play-Doh and being like, work with your group and like create something that you wish existed.
Okay.
And so it's kind of teaching them that like creativity mindset. And then we also have them present it. So on top of teaching them like possible career options of like being able to be like entrepreneurial and create new things, we're also having like them develop their soft skills and like how to present to people and how to talk and how to communicate.
What's the wildest thing that they've been like? Can you imagine if this existed? Because I would think that, when you get young kids, they're like, oh, yeah, their minds just go all over, especially these days, because sky's the limit, I mean, AI, it's like, yeah, I can have a talking caterpillar. I saw that on something the other day. It's like, can I interview this caterpillar? Well, of course you can. It was it was just bizarre. But anyway, but you know what I mean? That kind of stuff's out there. So their imagination has to just go everywhere.
And
You got pull that microphone, talk right into the front of it. There you go. There you go.
In one of the classes, actually, one of our friends' little brothers, his group came up with a product called Infinigum, and it was a piece of gum that had a special stand to recharge, so you would never lose your gum's flavor. So there's definitely a lot of, cool ideas that you don't really see a lot that are coming from elementary school minds because they're very imaginative.
Infinigum. It sounds a little, but it's like, why not? Infinigum. I love it. I love it. That's so.
Being a little modest, so tell her the big piece of what y'all got.
Come on.
Almost impossible.
So, early on, we decided that we wanted to actually co-author a children's book. So we wrote ABC What Could I Be? They're actually coming in, I think, today, like the hardcover copies, but we have like a downloaded version of it that Sarah can show you. But essentially, it's a letter of the alphabet. Every letter has a career that goes along with it, and then a rhyming couplet. So
I love it. ABC What Could I Be? What a great title. As I write, she writes, and I mean, and writes very well. Oh my gosh, she's way above us all. But anyway, there's a thing called a hook. ABC, what could I be? I mean, that's a good hook, y'all. That's a really good, right?
Great job.
They sure did. That is so stinking cool. I love this, guys. I could be a karate instructor. I could be a librarian, a musician, a nutritionist, orthodontist. Guys, this is excellent. This is excellent. I need a copy of this. How do I get a copy of this for my kiddos? This is so stinking cool. I mean, in the career development end of CTE, you got to hit there. Big time.
Mm-hmm.
Big time. Big time. I love that. That's really cool.
Really published. They didn't self-publish. They have a publisher.
Who's the publisher?
Our publisher is Jumpmaster Press, and then we also worked with Sophie Elizondo to illustrate it and Jean Hart to edit it. And we really noticed that it was needed because we had gone and talked to some of the libraries, and they noticed that there was really a need for a book that showcases a career for every letter, because the librarians that we had talked to were saying that they have books that might show a couple careers, and those books are always checked out. So they're like, we're always looking for more books because they are always taken because people are so interested in them.
That's so cool. It's a great hook, great concept. Yeah, you were being really modest. You were holding back. That's so stinking cool. Well, now how do I get a copy of it myself? Is it going to be on Amazon?
Hopefully eventually it'll be on Amazon. We just put in a bulk order of them, and they should be coming in tonight or tomorrow.
Okay.
So we should be able to get one to you soon, but we're hoping to distribute those out.
Yeah, I know somebody that might be able to help me get a copy of that. So, but anyway, I'll hit you up at church. So bring me one. So
They're supposed to be at my house tonight.
they're supposed to be at your house tonight. Okay, well I'll find you Sunday and see if I can get my hands on one of those, because I think that's great. I want to show that to my grandkids. I mean that this is that thing now, and again, that CTE connection. We have the career development classes that are in middle school that they're doing and I'm assuming y'all have those in Sumner County like we have here in Robertson, because it's a state thing that pushes all this stuff out. And CTE, Career and Technical Education, I know teachers in our acronyms, but Career and Technical Education, I'm a CTE teacher. Miss Gatlin's a CTE teacher. So we know the need of this type of thing in the early, I mean, what a great concept, guys. I just love that y'all have done this. This is very cool. Now, have you presented this in competition yet?
We have not.
Oh, y'all gonna win. I'm sorry, Greenbrier. They're gonna be giving me a hard time, but man, this is gonna be a hard thing to beat. I mean, this is excellent. When is your competition coming up? It's got to be. Is it in the spring? Yeah, it's in the spring. That's what I was thinking. When do y'all go?
Yeah, so we go to state at the end of February and beginning of March. I think this year it's just the end of February, and then our internationals is usually at the end of April.
Okay. How did y'all do last year? Give me an update, because I remember you did really well.
Yeah, I was with my two teammates from last year. We got third.
Okay,
the world.
international.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, that's why I was going to say. I knew that y'all had updated me that you did super well, and but man, this might be the one that takes you to the top. That's what you're hoping. Are you a senior?
Yes, ma'am. We all are.
You're all seniors, so y'all like, this is it. We're gonna do it. I love it. I love that. I love that fire that it puts in you to do these kinds of things. And when you've got that goal and you've done so well over the years, and you're like, okay, this is our year. This is our year. But that's great. This is excellent, guys. That's just so cool. So you're going in. So you've got the book. You've got the book that you're presenting. And what are the ages on the book? What have you got? Like it's appropriate for this age to this age. What would you say?
We're targeting kindergarten through second graders because that's the age where like you kind of are like really imaginative and you like want to do all these different things. So we're kind of like the book's format is like it gives a job, but then there's also like a little short sentence rhyme of like describing what the job is in kind of simpler terms. So it can kind of like get the younger kids thinking about like, oh, I might be interested in this.
Well, I have a second grader and a kindergartner.
Well, there you go.
So my oldest grandson's in second, and my oldest granddaughter's in kindergarten. So get a copy of it, get the kids to all sign it, and get it to me Sunday, and I will hand it to my grandkids, and I'll give you all a firsthand report on how it's received. How about that?
Perfect.
Because they're your target audience,
They
those
are.
two right there, and then their little brother will be all over it too. Because they love to read. I mean, books are just, that's something that you just can't get enough of them. But I love this one. This is excellent, guys. I'm so excited and so proud of y'all. But you do have the digital flip book that they can go on, and you say you have a digital copy of it. Can you download it digitally, or is that just showing? Okay, because they've got digital books that you can pull up too. And you can, do even an Audible, and do like a little, I don't know, I don't guess you'd do an Audible, but you could do.
Put the PDF on the website, right?
Okay, so put a PDF on the website and get you can even get somebody to narrate it for you. One of you guys need to narrate it. I mean, that's so easy to do these days. And just put, for the kiddos that are trying to read along, and you can even highlight the words so you can, all those things. That works. So how cool is that? I'm so proud of y'all. That's exciting. I can't wait to see how y'all do. And again, my Greenbrier DECA people are going to get mad at me. But y'all got to bring it. Come on. But this is so cool. This is so cool. So what's next? You're going into, you said, and you're doing the Play-Doh thing. What are your plans? Do you have some events coming up in the fall that you're going to be doing with the kiddos? Talk to me about that.
Well, so actually later today we're going back to the elementary school to continue the Play-Doh product pictures.
Okay.
And I think what's our next event?
We did it last quarter as well, but with middle school students, we're trying to work with them, and we did mock interviews. So we brought in other DECA members, and we kind of just we had 4 rounds of I think 8 students each between 2 classes in the CTE class for 8th graders, and they just did a short 3-minute interview, but it was catered to what they wanted to be. So it wasn't job specific. It was kind of questions like, what do you want to be, and how are you going to prepare, and what education are you planning on going into doing that? And so we're going to go back to the middle school because they switch every quarter, the classes. So it'll be a new group of students for that.
How many of them want to be YouTube influencers and soccer players and football players and baseball players? Do you get that a lot?
Yes, we do.
So that's a struggle for me as a teacher, because you do not ever want to discourage a kid when they have a big dream like that. But the practicality of it, you want to start steering them towards, but you got to make a living. You got to make money. Do you go there, or do you just let them live the dream and speak the dream, or do you talk to them about the practicalities of the big dream? Do y'all do that?
We've kind of changed it, or not necessarily changed it, but we kind of changed the way we ask our questions, depending on the answers. So I talked to one kid who wanted to be a police officer.
Okay.
And so one of our questions was like we gave the judges a list. And so one of the questions was, what classes in high school do you think you could take that would help you advance towards that career? And so for police officer, that's not very applicable in that situation. Mm-hmm. So instead of asking him what classes he wanted to take, it was more of asking him what could he do while he's in high school to prepare for the career.
Because that's something I struggle with as a high school teacher. I've talked to my kids from the very front end and say, what are the things you're interested in? What are you good at? And the ones that are, I'm like, what are you going to do outside of high school? I'm going to be a rock star. I'm going to be a soccer player. And I'm like, okay, but how are you going to make a living while you're doing that? And try to, talk to them about the practical applications of trying to make it in the arts or make it in sports or be a YouTube influencer. And I hear, so when I hear that you're doing these interviews, I think, oh, you're getting you got to be getting some wild answers, because I get them in high school, and trying to not. I'm real big on never squashing a dream, because you never know. You might have the next soccer star sitting right there in front of you. You just never know. You might have the next rock star sitting there in front of you, but you want to make sure they keep the understanding that bills have to be paid, livings have to be made, lives have to be led, and those kinds of things too. So I love that y'all do this, but I was curious to see how y'all handle those questions. But I love that. You have something you want to add?
Yeah, I was just going to add that another really big part of our project is kind of going in and getting the kids to think about what they might not be interested in and what their weaknesses are, so that they know that maybe, well, I don't know exactly what I want to do when I grow up, but I know what I don't want to do. So that's kind of another big part of our project, is them kind of getting an idea of what their strengths are and what their weaknesses are, and how that's going to help them or hurt them when they get into a future career.
That's super smart, because there was a person I know here locally, brilliant, and wanted to go into medicine. Went through, just absolutely grades, just outstanding grades. Got into the clinical part, could not handle the smells, and had never really ventured into that. Ended up changing careers completely. And so it's the kinds of things, do you really want to do this? Can you do this? Is it something that works for you? I could never work in the medical field. I couldn't do it. I just don't have the fortitude to do what they do. So that's a great question to ask. What are the things you can't do? So I love that. That's wonderful. So what are we missing here, guys? We've still got 10 minutes. So what else do we need to talk about? You've got the plan to what you're going with the kiddos. I love the Play-Doh concept. I think that's great. But what else have we got going on?
So we kind of talked about elementary and middle school, so what we're doing to prepare kids for what they want to do in high school. But we also are about to start working with high schoolers that might not necessarily know what they want to do. And it's kind of like getting closer time for them to decide what they're going to major in or what they're going to go into after high school. So one of the really unique things we have coming up is we are we're taking a field trip with about 25 students to the Amazon factory down in Mount Juliet. And so basically when we go there, we're just going to be getting a tour. So we'll see everything from like the factory, like lines, to the HR department, and see like different aspects of like one company. And so if we're bringing the sophomores and juniors that don't necessarily know what they want to do, they can see, like there's like, even within one like company, there's still all these different opportunities within it, and it kind of just gives them an idea of like what a day in the life looks like.
I think that's a great idea, because I have seniors that I had my homeroom with seniors last year, and it was amazing how many of them didn't really know what they wanted to do at the beginning of their senior year. And we stayed on them. It's like, what you playing? And you have to, because so many of them just haven't made themselves sit down and think, okay, yeah, what's next? What am I going to do? I'm not going to go to college, but what am I going to do? And just asking that question and showing them the options is just a great way. And I love that concept of just one company, look at all the different opportunities. So when is that field trip happening?
It's November 13th.
November 13th. Do you have any others planned like that? And how did you select the kids for this? Did they, you've got 25, is it ones that are they don't have a college picked? Is that how you selected them? How did you decide who was going to go on the field trip?
So we went to like the different CTE classes kind of, and we asked the different teachers to nominate, like it was usually 2 sophomores or juniors from each. That way we could get students that were interested in multiple different career clusters.
Gotcha.
And it would be beneficial for like them to see all of them at the factory.
Very good. Very good. So what are your plans? Let me hear what are you guys doing? Y'all got to have some plans. We're seniors here. What are you guys doing? Where are you headed after school?
I am currently in the middle of college applications, but
okay.
I'm planning on going to like a state school, so definitely public, but like with really good academics. And I'm probably going to major in math, and I want to do probably something where like math can intersect marketing.
You want to be an engineer?
I don't. My sister's an engineer, but I like more like the literal, like logical side of it,
Okay.
but I also like applying the logic to like marketing, as I said.
Okay. Yeah, because women in engineering, oh, wow, it's an open field. I've got one of my kids is the one that's getting married next week is an electrical engineer. And there's just so few women in the field.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of opportunity there. But so and just the where you talk about the state's college, you got to take advantage of that Tennessee Promise. And y'all do realize if you take a gap year, you lose that, right? Okay, everybody knows that. I've had so many that have said, I didn't know that. Well, you got to stay after it to keep that Tennessee Promise money, because I mean that's so valuable. Being able to have 2 years of college, I mean that's incredible. And get all your foundational classes in. What's the dream school? Where do you want to be? What do you think? Which one? Or do you really? Does it matter just to get those?
I mean, I have like my
subjects in?
favorites, but there's not like one dream one.
I
Right
gotcha.
now, probably like my top one would be Georgia Tech. That's where my sister is, and
okay.
it's like but it's also very competitive. So
Yeah.
we'll have to see.
Well, good luck with that. That's awesome. Okay, so let's go around the room. Where are you wanting to do? And talk right into the front of that. For
Okay,
me.
so I was thinking, my top two options right now are UTK and then Auburn, because some of my family goes there and I visited before and I really like it. As for my major, I haven't even decided until recently, but I think I want to go into communications. It's something my mom did, and I just kind of like how she gets to work and use her strengths. I feel like my strengths are more writing, not math. So I'm
I gotcha.
completely opposite from Sarah, but I haven't chosen like exactly what kind of job I'll want to go into, but I'm hoping once I get into like the communications major and just kind of get into those classes, I'll figure out what I want.
What does your mom do then that she does communications?
She has tried to explain to me what she does about 50 million times, and I think she's listening to this right now, so this is actually funny because she'll get mad at me, but all I know is she writes.
Okay, that's great. That's funny. Well, I was in communications. I'll just communications is a really nice broad degree, but it can go in all kinds of different directions. So be real, sure that you specialize in some way. Try to figure out what you want to do, but that's very cool. I think you'll do great at that. That's wonderful. So where are you headed?
I'm kind of like all over the place with like what school I want to go to. And I'm also like, we're in the midst of the college applications right now, so it's a little bit heavy, but I think I'm going to go into international business. Hopefully.
That's cool. Very lucrative. Had some friends who've done that. They've done very well for themselves. You like to travel.
Really?
Do what?
That was my first degree.
Really? I did not know that. Oh, just so interesting. Very good. But, I mean, you like travel. Okay. Well, as long as you like travel, then that's great. But, and I love that international business. That'll be cool. I mean, there's no telling where you'll end up. I have a cousin that's just does a lot in Japan, and that's really cool. That's really cool. I have a friend whose son, I'm wanting to say, I can't remember what country he spent a lot of time in, but has already retired, and he's like, I don't know, 40. I mean, because he did so well. I mean, yeah, it's very lucrative if you're good at it.
Yeah, I'm really excited for like kind of the unpredictability of like where I'll be, because like I definitely want to see a lot of places, but like, yeah, I don't want to be where it's fun for me to not know where I'm gonna be.
You like the idea of the travel? Do you speak another language?
Not yet.
Yeah. What language do you need to probably start working on that?
Yeah.
But the only thing, you don't know where you're going to go, so that's the thing. So you're kind of like, okay, do I need to work on Mandarin, or do I need, what language? Of course, Spanish is always a good foundational one.
It's like Spanish or maybe
German.
German and Italian.
Yeah. Italian. Yeah, that's cool. Oh, there's just all kinds. You just think about how much fun you're going to have. That's really cool. That's really cool. So, well, good luck with all that, guys. I'm excited for y'all. That sounds like so much fun. Anything we're missing that you think we need to cover?
You mentioned the videos earlier, but I don't think we ever said what the videos were going to be about.
Okay, so let's talk about the videos. And these go along with the book or the program in and of itself. So you've got some videos that go along with this package for ElevatEd.
Yeah, so we're hoping to like post on YouTube and everything along with the lessons that we're teaching at the middle school, because another part of our middle school aspect is like helping with their career project at the end of the year. So in the fall semester, we're going to be teaching some lessons about like soft skills and like eye contact, presentation skills and stuff like
yeah.
that. So a lot of it will go along with that. But then also we'll be posting videos on like our Instagram and our TikTok, kind of just like following along with our project.
Okay. I love that you eye contact. Oh, that's one of the big things in high school is like, you got to look at me when I'm talking to you. But that is huge. This, again, those soft skills that they just don't think about. Looking somebody in the eye, having a good handshake, just, being that person that that can connect with who you're potentially going to work for, right? Mm-hmm. What else are we missing? Anything that y'all want to cover before we wrap our time up?
Well, more about the like soft skills. So we had gone to like our middle school's CTE teacher and kind of talked to him, and he said that the main thing he noticed that they were lacking was like communication skills, and that was the main thing his kids needed to work on, which is why we made the mock interviews, and that's why we came over for that specifically. And then when we were at the mock interviews, after talking to the kids, we kind of realized that they didn't really know or like they hadn't learned yet what classes were available to them at the high school. So we went back with our high school CTE coach, and we kind of like walked them through all the different like opportunities they'll have when they get into the high school.
I love it. That's great. So good. Y'all are just doing awesome. And y'all got a full day of classes ahead of you because your fall break was last week. Yeah. Did y'all do anything fun for fall break?
I did.
Where did you go? What did you do?
I went to, obviously, Tennessee. I went to North Carolina and South Carolina, and we visited, like, University of South Carolina in Columbia.
It was college stuff.
That part was college. And then my whole family, we flew out to Arizona, or to Colorado, and then road tripped through Utah, Arizona, and New Mexico.
Nice. That sounds like fun.
It was very full,
hang out with y'all. Yeah, it sounds busy. Good land. It makes me want to take a nap.
Yeah,
just thinking about
I need a break
that.
from my break.
I was going to say for sure. Anything else y'all want to share? My friend Tiffany should be. Do you see Tiffany out there anywhere? She should be walking in here in a minute. I don't guess she's here yet. But she'll be here. We can talk until she gets here. Tiffany Thompson's coming here from Safe Baby Court. I'll send her a text and reminders like, hey, you coming in today? I'm sure she'll be here in a minute. But we get a chance to visit with Tiffany just about all the things that she's doing at Safe Baby Court. And we'll update you guys in as soon as she gets in here with that. But anything else that we're missing before we wrap up our time together? So
I'm just really excited about our book.
I am too. It's good when you get to hold it in your hands
exactly.
today. Or has everybody got a line in it? Are you all getting credit for it? Who's the author and all that? What are the author lines in it?
So we all worked on it. So basically a lot of it was, I think Cole and I worked a lot to create like the different careers we were going to do. And then we worked on it over the summer. That's when we did most of our writing. So then while I was gone in the summer, Cole and Emery wrote a lot of like the 2-line rhymes. And then when I came back, I worked and helped like revise some of the rhymes and help on the ones that they were getting stuck on.
Okay, I got you. So y'all all three are the authors. That's so cool. His
sister hand drew all the images.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
All the illustrations for my sisters.
So is this all a nonprofit, or are you actually going to make a little money on it as authors? Because, I mean, if something hits, you can make money. I mean, let's be real, free market, man,
We're hoping to profit a bit off of it. But I know a good amount of the funds is going to go back into the project as well. And helping with that.
Because, I mean, when you're structuring something with school and DECA and all that, I'm sure there's some parameters there. But as authors, it'd be nice if the kids made a little money and, could help them with school or something. You just never know. You never know. So that's very cool. Congratulations on all that, guys. I'm very proud of y'all. But Tiffany is walking in. I just got the message. So we can go ahead and wrap up. I cannot wait to see how y'all do at competition. Praying for y'all.
Thank you.
I know you're going to do great, and be sure and get them to sign my book, and I'll get it from you. I'll get it from you on Sunday because I'm very excited to share that because, like I said, got a kindergartner, got a second grader. That's your target audience. We'll see how I'm sure they're going to love it just by what I looked at. Thank you, guys.
Well, my publisher texted me last night, and he was just like, "This looks so amazing" because he got a pre-hard copy.
Her publisher, because she's a published author, very, very awesome published author.
Excited.
We got to get you back in to talk about your books, especially with Christmas coming up and all the things, don't you think?
And I had 3 books that have won awards in the past 6 months.
Okay, we'll talk and we'll get her back in here because have you read her stuff? Oh, y'all need to. It's fabulous. It's fabulous. It's very good. She's super talented. Y'all know that, right?
Yes.
But anyway, all right, sis.
Thank
Love
you
y'all.
so much.
Nice to see you guys. God bless y'all. Be safe and get back to school and all the things.
All right.
God bless y'all. Bye-bye. And as they're making their way out, we're going to talk about Barry and Rebecca Richards with Exit Prime Realty. Y'all come on in. We got a house full. Come on in here. But we're going to talk about Exit Prime Realty, of course. And as I was going through, I'm just looking at some of the things that have come in. Some of the listings. Let me see if I can find the listing that Barry had sent me. But you can get on a registry with Barry and Rebecca, and they'll send you newest listings. Like they sent me one here yesterday that is over on Airport Road, 4231 Airport Road in Springfield. It's 4 beds, 2 baths, real affordable listing too. I mean, it's $399, and it's a new listing. And I'm telling you, this is not far from here, guys, but a beautiful listing. And if you want to be on a email list where you can always get the updates on all the things that are going on, well, then you can register with Barry. And I'm just so distracted. Tiffany was coming in, and then I found all these folks that are coming in, and Catherine's here, and I'm like, all these folks are here. But welcome. We'll get y'all. Now, remember, if y'all gonna have to move this way so we can get you all on screen. And come on in here. And I'm almost not even recognizing Tiffany. Good land, girl. She has been on a fitness plan or something. I'm like, golly, you look 20 years younger, girl. Yeah, I mean, I'm serious. I don't have your microphone up yet, but I haven't seen you in a while. And I'm like, wow, I got to finish my ad. So hang on just a second. But anyway, as we get set, Barry and Rebecca Richards with Exit Prime Realty. Register with them, and you'll get all these brand new listings of all these wonderful things going on and these wonderful homes. This one really caught my eye because it's not too far from me. 4231 Airport Road, very affordable. 4 beds, 2 baths, 2,100 square feet. This is a great listing, guys, and it's right here in the heart of Springfield. But you can go and check that out. But if you'll register with Barry and Rebecca, they'll send you all the listings in the areas that you're interested in if you're buying. But before you go to see what you can buy, find out how much home you can buy. What can you qualify for? Because that is essential to making sure that you're ready when it comes to, because I mean, sometimes when a listing comes up, man, it's not there very long, and you better move on it. They've got open houses all over. They've got an open house this Saturday up on 417 North College Street. And this one is up in Franklin, Kentucky. They are here in Robertson County, so they specialize in Robertson County properties, but they also buy and sell in the surrounding counties and across the state line in Kentucky, because like me, they're originally from Kentucky. Well, if you buy this house up in Kentucky, what is your bottom line on how much home you can buy, because you've got to deal with the state income tax. So they're going to just help you with all of those details. Rebecca has her agency office up in White House. Barry has his brokerage office here in Springfield, and together they bring you Exit Prime Realty, a new branch in the Exit tree. But Exit Prime Realty, you can reach out to them today. Get on their list and make sure that whenever something's coming up, that if it's in your area and you want to know about it, that they are calling you and letting you know, or sending you out an email to make sure you're aware of the properties that are coming available. Here's Rebecca's number, 615-504-7425, 615-504-7425. Check them out at sellwithbecky.com, or by BUY, RobertsonCounty.com. And as always, let them know U-Turn sent you. Hello.
Hi.
I invited you in and you brought all these people. And I'm like, that's great, but that's wonderful.
You know, my heart will always be with United Way. So.
Well, and it's just so funny.
I didn't invite them though. We just all happened to show up at the same time.
Oh, really? Are y'all? Okay, you're not on the microphone, because the list I've got doesn't have anybody scheduled today.
Oh, yeah.
So, oh my gosh, we'll see. Okay.
You know I don't mind hanging out with my United Way folks.
Okay, so because I've got the list from Brian, and it had an open.
Send you the updated one.
Okay, and maybe he did. I'm so sorry, Brian. Brian's gonna be like, LaVern, I sent you all this. But, okay, so where do we want to start then?
I was thinking, since I'm on the outside, I could talk for a little bit, and then we'll turn the time. Vida needs a lot of attention, so we need to get that word out. But I'm more than happy to start and kind of do my spiel, if that works.
Well, and I do have to say, wow, sis.
You're so nice.
Well,
Thank you.
Look, you're always beautiful, but man,
Thank you.
I was like, good land. What have you been doing this summer? Been working out?
I have been working out a lot. See, I started my PhD program, and I decided when I did my master's program, I gained quite a bit of weight, and I was like, I'm not going to do that. So I've been studying on a treadmill, and
well, it's showing.
It's been great. I have a lot more energy, and I feel really good, and
you
so
look fabulous.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome, and
So-
I'll shut up about that. But I was just so impressed when you walked in. I was like,
Well, this is also a very slimming outfit, so I will say that. Yeah.
You're so funny. You're hysterical.
Anyway,
what's going on in Safe Baby Court?
Oh my goodness! Well, Safe Baby Court. I have for those of your audience that don't maybe not know, Safe Baby Court is a program under juvenile court. So I am under Judge Jill Perry and Magistrate Melanie Stark, and and then we're also funded by the Tennessee Department of Mental Health and Substance Abuse Services. I think that's where we get our grant from. So I have to make sure that I'm mentioning those things because I don't do what I do in a silo. I have a lot of help and support, and I need to make sure that everybody understands like how supported Tennessee is even in bringing the Safe Baby Court program to Tennessee. We are one of the states with the largest amount of safe baby courts. This is something that's spreading all across the United States, but Tennessee has really like made it a priority to make sure our babies and infants are getting the support and their families are getting the support that they need. So that is that. So what Safe Baby Court is it is an alternative court program. These families are involved with DCS. They have had some struggles. Most of the time, these parents were also foster kids or also in the DCS when they were growing up, and so we're trying to help break that cycle so that they're not continuing to come back in generation after generation. And we make sure our families have a parenting assessment, a mental health assessment, and a substance abuse assessment. What I didn't know about child welfare until I got involved in it in my 20s was that most cases come into DCS because of substance misuse. And so I would say like this is not a real statistic. This is a Tiffany statistic. Probably 90% of our cases have some element. 100% of my cases have some element of substance misuse, but 90% probably of child welfare cases have a substance misuse element at least, because we know mental health and substance misuse go hand in hand. And I'm going to throw a little shout out to Recovery Court's graduation today. If you guys don't have any plans for lunch, come to the center. But we work actually very closely with Recovery Court. Several of our families are receiving intensive outpatient recovery services through Recovery Court. And so we work hand in hand with them and really trying to destigmatize substance misuse and really try to help people understand. Like, I think about it when I was a little kid and I did something wrong, I hid, right? And did it make it better? No. But if I had a good relationship with my parents and stuff, I could come and be like, hey, I messed up. Can you help me figure this out? And that's what we want to be with Safe Baby Court.
I love that analogy.
We want to be guess what, I messed up. I just had a parent relapse, and I want them to call me first. I want them to say, hey, I relapsed and I messed up and I need to make this better, instead of trying to hide it from me and wait till we get a drug screen. And then, by then they've been relapsed for 2 months. You know what I mean? Yeah. So like I want people to be able to come to me and say, hey, I messed up. And so, I don't know if you know John Evans. He's an attorney here in town, and he works a lot on our Safe Baby Court cases. He always says that Safe Baby Court is the softer side of court, like softer side of Sears, You have to be a certain age to understand that reference. But I actually had to pull it up and show it to the caseworker because she's in her 20s. And I was like, okay, there was this ad campaign about Sears. So for those who don't know, and if you don't want to look it up, there's an ad campaign about Sears when they were trying to go into like feminine fashion and stuff from tools, and they did an ad campaign about being the softer side of Sears. But we're the softer side of court. We try to be that safe place that families can admit that they messed up so that we can deal with it honestly and move forward. And not be like, oh, okay, you messed up. Sorry, you're trash.
Yeah, exactly.
We don't do that.
Exactly. And it's compassion. It's about compassion.
Yeah.
And
dignity, humanity.
Yes.
Seeing someone as a human instead of a problem.
I love it. Yeah. And again, I'm so sorry that we all crashed on this time, but you can tell Brian, I don't have an updated calendar. And it's not on the calendar, but I'm so sorry. But so we're all going to be at Recovery Court graduation today. So that's great.
Yeah.
So that is going to be, get there about 1:45 is a good, and we'll have food. I hear we have a taco bar.
We do. Sharon West is catering, and she always makes the most amazing food. So
it'll be great. And so we're looking forward to that. We've got 4 graduates this time. So my friend, photography teacher Tom Beasley is coming out to take pictures.
Oh,
I
yay.
needed help because my son's getting married next Thursday.
Yay.
I told him, I said, I just
can't
need,
do
I
it.
need one less thing on my plate. And so I called Tom. I was like, can you? And he's like, yeah. So I'm like, yes, thank you.
Oh, my
So
goodness.
he's coming out to take pictures and everything today. So I just get to be there.
Yay.
I'm very excited. But it's so cool seeing these lives restarted and just
Right.
this renewal. I just love it so much. But we do have Catherine's here. And who do you have with you? I've met you before, haven't I? Yes.
Yeah, talking in the
Come on in here. We've talked
Get real
before.
close and personal to the mic.
Here, LaVern. Thank you, and thank you for advocating for VITA. That's a great
Yeah,
way
and,
to
and
volunteer.
you need to get right on that microphone.
I don't know if you know this, but I used to have Catherine's position, so I'm
thing.
very
So-
yeah,
That's
like
wonderful.
So they're all. It's like I'm going. Okay, there's some kind of backstory here, and I'm so sorry for the confusion. But again, we'll get Brian because it's like it's not on there. That's the last calendar I got. That's not the current one. Yeah, and he may have sent it to me, and it's in my clutter somewhere. But we love you, Brian. He's gonna be like, LaVern, I sent it.
Brian's like, I'm on vacay. I don't care.
Yeah, is he on vacation this week?
I'm sure it's fall break, right?
Fall break. What am I
Yeah.
thinking? That's what am I thinking? So tell me, I know what VITA is, but tell everybody else.
Yes, my name is Bonnie Bowles, by the way. I am the VITA Senior Manager at United Way Greater Nashville. VITA is a volunteer income tax assistance program, and it's for low to moderate income families and individuals. Now, when I say moderate, I mean this encompasses a lot of professional folks up to $84,000
For the household.
income for the household.
For the household.
That's correct. Yes.
Okay.
We are here to help you get all kinds of credits. If you've got college students or if you are a college student, if you've got children, we are trying to target folks that qualify for the earned income tax credit, which is, I do believe, for people who have up to 3 kids, it's around $68,000 for your adjusted gross income, and you can have up to around $11,000 in investment income and still get a very large return back. So it's the #1 anti-poverty tool in America.
And I talk to my students and that are working and they'll do their taxes. I'm like, I tell them about this program all the time because I said, you don't need to be doing your taxes yourself. You just have no idea of the things you're missing out on if you do not have somebody prepare your taxes. Well, my mom knows how to do it. It's like, do they really? What, and maybe your mom needs to go and to VITA and see. So when will you first start up? Because I know everything's kind of weird this year because we got this big extension and the taxes are really not due for Tennessee until November 3rd.
It is still officially tax season.
Yes, it really is. And so many people, I didn't know it.
I didn't. I paid my taxes in April.
Hey, I haven't written. I've got to write a check, and I almost always file an extension. I started doing that when we had our roofing company, and it just worked for us. And so we've just kind of gotten into the routine of filing an extension. And so I filed my extension, and then I said something about the date, and they said, "Well, it's really not due until November." I'm like, "What?" And then I started learning about all of that. So has that affected what y'all do, or where are you guys in that process?
It definitely took the pressure off on the 15th of April.
Yeah.
And that didn't come through, if memory serves me correctly, it might have been the 13th or 14th of April when they extended that. So that was, a big breath of relief for a lot of folks.
Yeah, I can imagine.
But we always do postseason taxes. Now, to be able to plan for the upcoming tax season, I start in about August, really July. So we worked through mid-September. Doing postseason taxes, and now we've stopped that. But we will pick back up. The last week of January,
Okay.
first week of February in all of our sites.
Okay. So what are we looking at as far as here? Do we know yet what the sites will be in Robertson?
We're very excited to offer a new site in Robertson County. It's actually going to be in the old roller rink.
Oh.
So it's the
Multi-purpose facility. I mean, it's everything.
It is. The wonderful people at Gateway STEM are going to be running our tax site for us.
Oh,
So
wow.
last
very
year,
cool.
we were very fortunate to work with the library, the Stokes Brown Library, and the YMCA to offer 4 different tax clinics, and we served over 50 people. And so we definitely, I know there's the potential to double that.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
We are looking for tax preparers. We want to get the word out about VITA. That's the most important thing. I mean, we can save you money, not just in actual returns, but tax prep fees.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know,
'Cause this is a free program, guys.
absolutely
I mean,
free.
Yeah, I have a tax. I love my tax preparer folks. I've had them from my business and all that, but yeah, I got a pretty big bill from them. You know, I got my prep stuff, and then I got to write them a check too. You don't have to write them a check.
That's right.
You know, and to be able to have. I just somebody asked me the other day, we don't have a business anymore. We really could probably, do our taxes a little bit better. But I'm like, I just love having other eyes on mine.
Yeah.
It's worth that to me to have somebody else look at them to make sure that because I'm not a tax preparer. And I just, and I've got friends that are, and I hate to ask them. So I'm just having that long relationship, and you could start that relationship now and have that build every year and come in to VITA and do this, especially if you're just getting started, if you're right out of school, you're working and you don't really understand it. I hear some of the kids come in that I know. I had seniors in for homeroom last year, and so many of them were working all the time. And then they would come in and tell me what kind of situation they had with their taxes. I'm like, that's not right. You should have gotten more. You should have gotten that back.
Oh, please do know. Yes. And for parents, they need to know as well. You can still claim your child as a dependent if they're working.
Oh, okay.
Yes, you provide over half of their living expenses. It doesn't matter how much money they make. Now, the standard deduction last year or for 2024 was around $14,850. Now, if you made over that, you have to file. I don't know many high schoolers that do, but and even if they do make over that, their parents can still claim them as a dependent because they're providing that over half their support for them.
It was 14,000.
It was around 14,850 was the standard deduction.
See, my teenagers though, like they filed. I think they used the website actually, and they still got like a couple $100 back. Like like they didn't have to because they didn't make over the 14,000, but they got a couple $100.
Well, that's the thing. If you made under that standard deduction, you get all that federal money that you paid in back. Don't cheat yourself out of that.
Right.
So
there you go.
And we would love to have high school volunteers.
Oh yeah.
We will help them get certified.
Oh, promise hours.
Yeah, I had the kids that were just in here from Sumner County. They are all seniors and talking about they're going to schools that are going to be involved with Tennessee Promise or being able to utilize that Tennessee Promise money. You got to have volunteer. How many volunteer hours do you have to have?
Not a lot. It needs to be more.
Like
Yeah.
I think it's 8 per semester.
Yeah,
But
still,
but
you got to get them in.
as an advocate of volunteer work, I'm always like they should make them do more. But what I love about VITA too, though, is how I always used to say, whatever your passion, there's a place for you to plug in. You're a math nerd. There's a place for you to plug in. Go be a volunteer tax preparer. Like so many people think, oh, I don't have this skill or that skill that they see, at the food bank or whatever. No, whatever your passion, there's a place for you to plug in.
Absolutely.
And we do provide, boast, we can train anyone. You don't have to have any tax experience. And if you're not comfortable with that aspect of volunteering, there are more positions than just tax prep. we have greeters. We've got people who can just be general volunteers to help us get the word out. So there's lots of ways to volunteer. And I just wanted to throw out there for your CPA, we do offer continuing education credits for CPAs and CFPs. So they can get up to 18 hours of continuing education credit volunteering with us. And I don't know of any other volunteer opportunity where you put actual money back in people's pockets. So
Isn't that cool? That would have to be fun. That would have to be just fun. It's like, you're getting back this much. It's like a game show. Guess what, Mom? But so I didn't know that CPAs had to do continuing education. I did not know that.
Certified financial planners, CPAs.
Did not realize that. Okay. I will mention that to her.
Yes,
Okay.
non-credentialed preparers and folks at the IRS as
Okay.
well.
I did
They
not
can
know
all
that.
get continuing education credits through VITA.
We have to as teachers. We have to keep, getting our education. Doctors have. I mean, it just
Mediators. I'm a mediator. I have to get continuing education every year.
really. That's interesting. That is so interesting. Well, I mean, you have to, because if you just get to a place and then you stop learning, you just get left
Yeah.
behind.
Do you want to go see a doctor who hasn't had any continuing education
thank
and is
you.
not up to the latest on
No,
whatever's
thank
ailing
you.
you? Nope.
No, thank you. No,
Same
thank
with
you.
anybody else. I don't want a
So-
tax preparer who's not up on the latest
Yeah,
either.
exactly. But I guess I just kind of felt like that's just part of what they do, and of course they're going to do that. But if you don't regulate it, some won't. I know mine does because I know they're awesome. I mean, I trust them completely, but because we've been with them for so long. But yeah, and some people that will put that banner on their door, you don't necessarily know. I'm curious about your background. Do you love taxes?
I have grown to love
I
taxes.
always like to ask that question because some people who prepare taxes, they just love it. They just love it. So,
Well, I'll tell you, when I first started with this program and we really got into volunteer recruiting, I was like, oh man, who are we going to get
It's
to prep
taxes.
Yes, but people are passionate about it. I just love our volunteers. And I mean, it's fantastic because you
Get on that
see
microphone for me. Yeah.
you see that immediate reaction
Yeah.
in the tax site. And it is life-changing.
Yeah, it is.
It can mean the difference between real money, being able to afford rent, being able to buy groceries, to just improving quality of life for families. Maybe it means, hey, now I can get my kid gymnastics lessons.
Yeah. Just that extra, yeah.
Yes. I also wanted to throw out there, we are looking for people who are bilingual.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
So please, if you are interested and have that skill, we would love to have you as a volunteer.
For sure. I can imagine. And it's one of those things too, when it comes to taxes, when we opened our business and we first got married, the best advice we were given is to make sure you have a good tax preparer and you make sure you stay up on top of that because it can just bury you so fast. And so that was some of the best advice that we were ever given. And so we've had that all along. We've had times that, our business got audited years and years ago, but couldn't have had a better experience because of our tax preparers. And the IRS is not the scary thing I've never had a bad experience with them.
Yeah.
Never. And I've had to deal, with, the IRS agencies and a lot, especially when we had our business, couldn't have been nicer. They were there to help. They weren't like, throwing the hammer down, trying to, it's the persona of what the IRS is in taxes is so not what it is. And there's really good people there that want to help you navigate these waters. And there's people out there that just don't file because they're intimidated.
Yes,
And
yes.
Can you handle something if somebody hasn't filed for a couple of years?
We absolutely can. We do
Okay.
past taxes.
Okay.
Right now, our software goes back to 2019.
Oh, wow.
Yes, but that will switch over in November. They update it to include 2025, so it'll only go back to 2020.
But still, that's 5 years.
It is.
And I can't imagine not doing my taxes for that many. I can't imagine. But I know
You'd be
people who've
surprised.
done
Yes.
it. I know people personally who've done it. And, we would talk about it, and they're like, well, I haven't filed in 3 years. I'm like, what?
Yes, and
What?
if you are due a refund, please get that taken care of, because past 3 years they won't give you your refund. So
Well, see, and that's another thing. We used to. There's been times in my radio career where we've had PSAs that talks about you may have money that you don't realize that's sitting there waiting for you. And a lot of the times it's people who are non-English speakers who they've worked, they've paid into the system, but they don't know the first thing about our tax structure, and they're afraid to file. They're intimidated by all of it, and they leave money sitting on the table that just goes away after a few years.
yes, FIDA tries really hard, number one, to demystify taxes. All of our volunteers are IRS certified. So, you can be confident in your tax return that it is correct. And, we just want people to know that we are here to help. And,
Sure. Well, very good. And I think, we're just about 4 minutes away from the top of the hour here, so we need to kind of wrap it up. I think we did pretty good at getting both of the subjects in here.
You knew we would. No problem. No problem.
But what are we missing before we just completely run out of time from both perspectives here? What are we missing?
I just want to put a plug in for the community action team that we're putting around early childhood. This is for everybody in the community that cares about young families and how we get a start to this world. Our next one is in November. And then, so every quarter we have a community action team meeting, and I just want to invite everybody to come out. If you just are curious about what we do around early childhood, one of the biggest things that came out of our last meeting, and I want to put a plug in for this, is that our pre-K program through Head Start here in Robertson County has like 70 open seats.
That's incredible.
And so if you have a 4-year-old that is at home bored, nothing to do, please put them in pre-K. There is open available seats for them to be able to get a dynamic education and a good start on going into kindergarten. And so that was really eye-opening. We know we have a lot of families, our undocumented friends, that are not putting their kids in programs like that right now. And so and there's a lot of fear around that going on. And so that was another thing. How can we help people? But at the same, like it's complicated social problems that we tackle at the community action team meetings, and we would love to have lots of minds around some of the problems our early childhood community is facing right now.
I love that. And so tell them again how they can come to the meeting.
Well, email me, Thomson, Thompson @RC for Robertson County, courts with an S.com. Again, that's Thomson @RCCOURTS.com.
Put it up in the comments, maybe.
I will. Okay.
So people can get in touch with you.
Yeah, so email me and I will get you that information, and we'd love to have you. Usually we do some type of little service project for parents in the Safe Baby Court program. Like we've made bonding bears for, last time we decorated postcards that I have to send out, like little encouraging postcards, like keep going, you're doing a good job type thing. So we always do a little service project. We eat lunch, we solve the world problems, and we network. It's a really good time, and you get to spend time with me, so it's always a bonus. But anyway, so come in. I think it's November 13th. It's a Friday, whatever Friday that is. But I'll put actually the little flyer in there too.
Put them on both the comments on my page and on the SGI page, because I share the page. It's just a little bit more complicated how our social media is set up, but you can put it on both of those pages to make sure it's shown on both. Because if you put it on the SGI page, the comments don't show on my page. You have to put the comments on my page too. Does that make sense?
Yep, absolutely.
Very good. What else are we missing about VITA?
Absolutely. So if you would like to volunteer with us, or you're just looking for more information, please go to UnitedWayFileFree.org. UnitedWayFileFree.org.
So very good.
Yes, and if you're looking to have your taxes prepared, please call 211. Starting in December, probably like the second week in December, we're going to have everything ready for people to make appointments.
Okay.
Yes.
The 211 number, y'all.
211.
That's the number.
211.
They give it out all the time. I had somebody call me the other day. What's that number? 211. 211. And that way, and it is a resource number with United Way. no matter what you're looking for, you can say, hey, I want to get on the tax. I want to make an appointment to do my taxes. They can set you up. I can't pay my rent. They can tell you about the programs in your area that can help with rent assistance, food assistance, clothing, all the things. 211 is the number to call. And so I think we got it all in.
And
guys.
it's not just for Tennessee. If you have a family member in Arizona that doesn't have rent assistance, you can call 211 and say it is a nationwide number. And so use it.
You can look it up online too.
You can look it up online too, is what Catherine's saying off in the distance. But
Yeah, if you look, you can look it up online, and then you can put in your zip code, and you can. So if you're in a different state or whatnot, you can put in your zip code, and you can put in what service you're looking for.
Okay.
And it'll give you a list that's.
So you mean you put 211.com or just Google 211?
Yeah.
You think would that get you to
Yeah,
it?
It'll get you
Google
there.
211, yeah.
So
don't know what
United
the
Way
actual
211. But
is.
if you Google help number United Way 211, that'll get you there, and you can follow the links. It's usually pretty easy once you start, heading that way. Thank you, guys. I'm so glad to meet you and see you and to see Catherine. Catherine, are you jumping out of a plane this weekend?
I sure am on Saturday. Hey, if anybody wants to go, we're going. We're gonna do a big rotary jump on Saturday.
Oh, that's so
and
fun.
so we always have more room.
I love it.
So-
I want to do this so bad. I had no idea.
I feel like after the recent tragedy with that, there might be like a lot of people aren't jumping right now. Is
What do
that
you
not
mean?
the case?
Huh? I
We
don't
had an
know.
instructor pass away. He died in an
He was
accident.
he was a friend of ours.
I'm so sorry. I
Yeah.
did not know about that. Yeah, but you gotta just say, let's just go, live
Right.
strong and go and do it. So, well, very good. And you're going on the how could I get involved with this if I wanted to jump?
Oh, if you want to jump, you can just reach out to me directly, or you can and also on our Rotary page as well. We've got information. It's through Skydive in Tullahoma, Skydive National. So
Skydive Tullahoma.
yep, and
I
you
love
can
it.
sign up there, and then when we get there, make sure we're all on the plane together.
I love it. Well, it's just so funny because this is a hidden talent that she shared last week.
It's not a hidden
that I did not know. I did not know about.
Took you this
And
long to know this about her. She loves skydiving.
I had
Love
no
it.
idea. I had
Love
no
it.
idea. And Brian started talking about it, and I'm like, what? It's something I really want to do.
It's on
I
my
really
bucket
wanna do.
list, but it
Yeah.
may
Do
have
it.
moved down a
Hey,
couple notches.
go on Saturday.
There you go. It's like,
I'm a poor mom of 5.
yes. Yeah, it is. It's not, it's not, I mean, it's not terribly expensive, but it is still something you got to plan for. But unless you're an instructor and you're licensed and all that, and you just do it all the time, like you've had 50 jumps, you said?
Yeah, about 50. So,
That's so cool.
yeah.
I want to see some
I'm
video.
still a baby.
Do you have video on social media and stuff I can look at?
I have a video on my phone. I'll show you.
Oh, it's so cool. I love it. Let's go jump out of a plane. That'd be cool this weekend. Anyway, but we still have tomorrow. We've got Faith Friday tomorrow. Rachel Culver coming on in. That's one of my favorite people to visit with. Y'all know that because she's a preacher. She's so fun to listen to, and I'm sure she'll have something wonderful for us tomorrow for Faith Friday. Everybody, anything else on our way out? Go to the Recovery Court graduation today. We'll be at the center. Come in about 11:45. We'll get started at noon. Be some great food, and you'll see
Come sit
some
by me.
inspiring stories. Absolutely. Let's do it. And thank you again, Tom Beasley, for coming and taking pictures. I appreciate it. Thank you guys for joining us. Thank y'all for joining us. And we'll talk to you tomorrow here on One Street Over. Continue to enjoy your last couple of days of fall break, kiddos. We'll see you Monday.
See you Monday
I'm
morning.
I'm sure they're awake, paying attention to me right now.
I know my teenagers were when no, they weren't.
Yeah, exactly. God bless you guys. This is 1100 WSGI. Have a wonderful day.